Hey there. Hi, Hobie Gal. Happy Friday. Thanks for dropping in. It is yet another Friday and yet another excuse to take a break at actually kind of the end of my workday. I was already at the office for 4 hours and I came home and I've got my computer up. It's a Friday. It's not necessarily a vacation day or anything like that, but it is a stream day. And that means I will be streaming live here from the Kench Niner something number of Niners studio here in Pleasanton, California, for an unspecified period of time. Maybe it's 3 hours. Could be 3 hours. So I just got to kind of relax into it. I've got plenty of time to sit here and stare off into space. During the 3 hour period. But let's talk about it. We're in the introductory section here. We have audio today. That's good. Typically, there's some kind of issue, but that was just human error. I mean, I have a fairly complicated setup with a mixer. There's two mics. The mixer has inputs for the guitar and the inputs for the keyboard separately on separate channels. I'm obviously not using them at the same time, but it's nice to have those separate channels for setting up my keyboard and setting up my guitar amp. Playing my guitar amp into the mix. It's a complicated setup, and even I kind of mess up occasionally. But we'll see how it goes today. Today, my plan is to fly around in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Don't know where we're going to go. Don't know what kind of plane I want to fly in today, but it doesn't matter. Every single time I fly, I'm always like, that is cool. Every single time. For some reason, the experience is not only not tiresome to me, but it is rejuvenating and enjoyable. Even if I fly over the same place twice, really. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But yesterday we flew over a part of Italy that I've never flown over before and never will fly over again. It's not a very interesting part of Italy compared to like the major cities and things like that. But you know what? You got to cover a lot of ground. You got the whole world to explore. All right. So flying around at roughly 45 minutes or so, start up some kind of plane. Maybe take some time to start up one of my vintage World War II era planes, which are my favorite. Fly around somewhere and take sightseeing flights, stay nice and low. We're going to land. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, and it's important, that there is a freshly poured glass. This is how I pour the Diet Coke, very slowly and gently. I don't want to damage or injure the ingredients of the Diet Coke. So I literally pour it like that. It takes like 20 minutes to pour a glass of Diet Coke, but it's worth it. I mean, I only have one a day. So I like to kind of fetishize it. I like to kind of dress it up a little bit. We got the ice, we got the condensation. I never drink it right from the can. That would be illegal, in my opinion. It should be illegal. I don't think it is, though. Ooh, it's about the same. It's Diet Coke. It's good though. I like my Diet Coke. It's the other thing I get to do. I get my excuse to stream, to have a little Diet Coke, and most importantly, to whip out the beautiful blue Bluetooth controller one more time to attempt to use it to fly around. That's what I use. I mean, I have other controls that are more plain-like, but I always come back to this one because this is the advantage of having two joysticks. One joystick is effectively the yoke, the flying the plane. The other joystick is you're looking around, and so yeah, I use that a lot. Okay, then there's going to be the big brain games. As always, that's where we attempt to complete the Quirtle, the revealed, the tightrope trivia, the reunion, the loop, the New York Times connections, and the Octurl, in that order, roughly, see how it goes. Just kind of trying to keep the brain limber. It's something I do on a daily basis anyway. So I always like to package that as part of the stream. We got the Himalayan salt lamp, we got the Love Lego, we got the Twitch side. So that means we got all the props needed to perform the thing. Oh yeah, let's do a preview of the guitar for later. After that, I like to talk about the stream for a while. After the big brain games, there's going to be a mid-roll, a little short break while I kind of reset for music, and then by we I mean me and also me, gonna play this guitar. Look how pretty this guitar is, though. This is basically my newest guitar, I think, because I just got it on a whim, not on a whim, after seeing Joe Walsh play this model guitar at the Sphere, and he's the Eagle, the Eagles. When I saw the Eagles at the Sphere, he plays this model. Now, he plays the made in Japan. There's a made in Japan model and a made in Indonesia model. And the made in Japan model costs about 3 times as much. I can't afford it. But I could afford the made in Indonesia model quite easily. It's not that expensive at all. And it is the exact same specs. It's just made in Indonesia. It's a very pretty guitar. I really do like it. And not only that, I'm warming up to the ergonomics of it. It has a very sparkling tone, very clear and clean. And so we'll be doing that. So anyway, play the guitar, talk about guitars, like what do I like about the guitar, what's interesting, what's different about it, what's similar about it, whatever I feel like talking about. Play the guitar, kind of accompany myself, kind of dink around a bit, play some guitar where I accompany myself as like a folk guitarist or something. Then zip into the old YouTube karaoke. I'll be doing that for like 45 minutes. I like to sing. I'm not a good singer, but I like to sing anyway. And so, I always recommend that people keep that mute button real handy underneath their mouse. Keep the mouse hovering over the mute button, because I wouldn't want to offend anybody's eardrums. But I still have a good time. It doesn't really matter. All right. So then, oh my God, is the stream going to continue after the musical segment? Oh heck yes! Today, if you noticed, Lego Part 3. Let me show you what we built so far. By we, I mean me. We have basically completed the bottom module. There's a top module that's thinner, that's effectively less thinner cylindrically, but also longer. So basically it's the same number of pieces. The cool thing about this one is it has a door that opens, a service door. It comes off, floats away in zero gravity. You can kind of look in there and see kind of the internal, like mirror parts or telescope parts or something. I'm not sure what. But as usual, the engineering and the construction are very, very, very nice. There's going to be a little bit more stuff on the bottom. We have the top part. So anyway, I think there's 3 more builds today, and we might be able to finish it Sunday if I do builds every day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Because I think we have 5 more bags, and I can only do 2 bags at most. So 5 bags means a short stream, a 5th stream, unless I try to do it on the 4th. I'll probably do 5th bag on a separate stream. That'll just be a short Lego building stream. But today it'll be relatively long because I got 2 bags to do. It does take me about an hour to do 2 bags. So I'll be sitting on the floor just building Lego, But anyway, yeah, Hubble Space Telescope. See, this is where the bottom part is going to attach to the top part, which I imagine you can disassemble if you want. It's not going to be like permanent or it's kind of cool. Anyway. It's a brand new. Sorry, I keep trying to talk when I'm not in front of the mic. It's a brand new kit that just came out like a week or 2 ago. I'm always on to those kits that are very fresh. You know what I mean? But the ones I really like are like science ones, and ones that aren't like 4 new upgrades. Usually, yesterday it said 3, so that means there's a new upgrade. Let's just see what that means. Okay, upgrades. The tri-motor. And the wait a minute. What's going on here? 4 new free upgrades. Ooh, that's interesting. We got the tri-motor. Maybe we'll do that. The tri-motor. Okay, basically I've already purchased these, I believe. But let's get all these because they're free. These are just recently upgraded versions of these planes. So we got the tri-motor. 4 tri-motor. Very slow plane. It's not a lot of fun to fly. But the Curtis C-46, which is the military version of the DC-3, I believe, that's a vibe. Okay, get for free. And you can fly it yourself, but you can also do that glider mission. I kind of want to fly it. I think we'll try to cold start it. If I remember correctly, it's not that hard, but it might require a primer. But I was just thinking we haven't flown the C-46 in a while, and here we have a free upgrade to try out. It's being set up. It doesn't take a long time. Again, these are not these are streamed, so it doesn't have to download it. I think, hopefully. Oy vey, it's taking a long time. There you go. Why would it take so long? It's not. It's just a license. Come on, guys. Okay, we got 2 more, but it shouldn't take too long. I don't care if it does. All right, we got the. Okay, so we got the Bell C-47J2, which is an interesting helicopter. Let's get that. Come on. Any builds. Again, these are, I think these were famous flyers or whatever. They were not famous, but one of those series of less expensive, you know, Microsoft sponsored marketplace items. There we go. That should be about fast it is. Last one. I just want to get them while I'm here. I'm forgetting. These are just released, I think. Okay, upgrade. So the last upgrade is the 307 Stratoliner. Interesting. I almost have no idea what that is. That's also a monster to fly. I think I may have flown it once or twice in my entire career. We're going to have to fly both of these, the Stratoliner and the Curtiss, the C-47, which is the DC-3. If I in the next couple streams, just because, you know, they're planes I rarely fly, and I like to, you know, it's all about variety, you know. All right, oh, come on, you could do it. You could do it. I believe in you. I believe in you being set up. Please wait while the item is being set up. There we go. Acquired. All right, that's the last one. All right, so we go back here. Go back here. Now, for free flight, it should show them to the left, right, on the left side here. The new, anything that you recently downloaded. Well, that's interesting. It only showed the trimotor and the floats as new. Interesting. But I wanted to find the C-47, so let me see if I can at least find that. Well, I can find it, but I was looking else what else got in here. Again, that is the military version of the DC-3. McDonnell Douglas DC-3. The Griffin. That's not mine. There's a lot of cool. I think there's more planes in here. Okay, so I have the DC-3 retrofit. That's not the one. We want to fly the C-47. It's a different plane in the game. They're both the C-47. I don't know, where is it though? Crap. I probably passed over it. C-47. Would it be at the very end for some stupid reason? No. Yeah, I mean, trying to find a plane by these little pictures. Okay, I guess if I could search for C-47. No. Yeah, it's not. Or is it C-48? It's not in here, so I could spend an hour looking for it. That it would be in the front if it were there. I guess I have it disabled. You know what? Let's enable it. We're gonna go back here. I can do that. I think I know how to do that. Now because I have it in my head, I want to fly this. But if we go here and look at streamed, and I think if we look at the C-47, again, I have to find it. You'll see it's disabled, which is why it's in there. I previously disabled it. So I need to re-enable it from here. Right? Oh, it's going to take forever. I'll have to do this offline and come back, and we'll do it tomorrow. Because, yeah, it's impossible. They make this very hard. I mean, the issue is I have a lot of planes. And they don't make it easy to kind of find them. Because the search feature does not work very well. It's a long story. Okay, B, there's the Stratoliner. That's one of them. So I'm going to enable this one at least. There's one I want to enable. Because we didn't have the Stratoliner in there. So I feel it is down in here somewhere. Give me a second here. Okay, here it is. It's a C-46. There it is. 46. This is Curtiss. I just forgot what it was called. All right, now we have it in here. So we're gonna pick that one, and we're gonna be. By the way, this is gonna take a long time before we get in the air. Okay, now it's not in here. Be under C for Curtiss, right? And if it's not under C for Curtiss, I have no idea where the heck it's supposed to be. There it is. Okay, Curtiss C-46. Configure your aircraft. We're getting closer. Closer and closer. All right, U.S. Navy. It doesn't come with a lot of liveries. You get 4. But they're all pretty cool and very realistic. Let's do the Navy one. All right, we're cold started. All right, Jesus. Can you believe we finally picked a plane? But where are we going to fly around in it? I mean, it have been used a lot in the European theater, you know. But where are we gonna fly around today? You know, in the C-46. There's all of Europe. All right, we're gonna fly around a little Denmark, northern Denmark. I have a friend who's visiting this area here, and I don't know. I don't think she's there yet. My good friend, by the way. Let's see. Let's see if we can find a large size to know. A decent. What's what we have? 3,000 feet of asphalt. What do you got here? No. Actually, 4,000 feet of asphalt. Oh, well, this is a big airport. The Aalborg Airport. That's the major international airport. So we're going to depart from there. It's a little late. I'm going to make it a little earlier in the day, so that we get a little more sunlight. A little late in the day, but not nighttime. And we're going to cold start this puppy. It could take a while. We could be sitting on the ground for a while. Then we're going to do a little flight over northern Denmark. I've flown around there before, but you know what? We're going to fly around there again. We're not close enough to like fly to Copenhagen. It's a big country. But if you've been to Aalborg with 2 A's, I'm guessing this is what their airport's going to look like. I believe I have live weather turned on. Just change the time of day. That's the C-47. 2 big engines. Again, it's not exactly configured in the cockpit area like a DC-3. It's got different windows. And then you're going to have Corpus Christi Navy. Interesting. Okay. Let's get in this fucker. Fly around. I don't remember how to start it up. So look at all these controls, knobs, and things. All right, so I should be able to set. Okay, all right. So throttle. There's the throttle. That's propeller, right? And then mixture. So mixture full. I can control this from my little analog device. I'm gonna set the mixture to like there and there. Throttles to that's to startup, which is around there. Don't worry, they're gonna. Okay, what else we got here? What is that? Oxygen flow. Oh yeah, we want. There's 2 engine selectors, and they have to be set to port front and starboard front, I believe, for startup. Okay, that's a good thing, because I usually forget that. It's interesting they have them on the same side, right? But they're just redundant. You don't want to make me do it. Okay. All right, then we have... Oh, I think they've changed this around. It looks a lot like the DC-3, less like the DC-3. And more like probably the original one looks like. Okay, I don't know what that stuff is. There's a window. Okay, where's... Oh, there's the rate. There's the engineering station. There's no view of the startup panel. So there's a problem right there. Not a single one of these views goes just to the startup, where the startup is. That's a problem. All right, I kind of can see it from here, but it's hard because we're missing some switches. Okay, there's the starter. Battery on. We're not going to do cold start. Don't need to worry about lights. I think we do have to turn the inverters on first. Oh, magnetos, those are here. We're going to do all magnetos on. Let's see, what are they? Secure air for cabin. Oh, might as well turn that on now. So there's the starboard primer. Okay, so let's try the starboard engine. I think we could start it. So what we're going to do is prime it. And then we have to energize it. And I think we have to hold this for quite a while. If I remember correctly, these energizers take like a while to start up. I could be wrong about that. Like 10 seconds or so. Yeah, I don't think anything's starting. I must have missed something important. Wait, maybe not. At least something's moving. But yeah, it's not starting. At least it turned. So something turned there. I must not have turned on something important. What else we got here? I wonder if it was not fully primed. Starts the starboard engine after mesh. Oh, so maybe you have to... Wait a minute. Turn that on. Then you turn the mesh starter on. And then you turn the primer on. Does that start it? I don't think so. Ooh. Something has happened. And then I think we can turn the primer off. And these off, and they'll stay running. Ooh, I kind of think I've discovered something here. Because I believe that is a running engine. Let's try the other side. I feel like I'm discovering things here. Well, it's giving you some clues here. And you can do cold start. It'll start you. Okay, so first we're going to do... Okay, we do the other direction. So, energizer. We'll hold that on for a while. Let that energize. Oh, well, just... You don't have to hold it. It stays on. Let that come up once energized. Give it a second or two. Alright. And then we turn that on. And then the primer on. Let's see if that starts that engine. That did not start that. Wait a minute. Give it a second. Give it a second. There you go. Get some smoke coming out of there. Some oil smoke. It's satisfying. It's satisfying. Okay. Now I believe we can turn off the primer and the starter. Alright. So we got... What else we have? Anti-ice. Don't worry about cabin lighting. Cabin lighting. What's this? We don't need any of that. Those stay on. Beacon lights actually should have been on. Instrumental lighting, sure. Why not? Wing lights, yeah, I'm fine with it. Is there internal lighting? Don't need that really. Okay. Is the radio on? Let's fly around. We're gonna need a pushback here, which I think I can manage. I'm going to do it manually, effectively. We'll do it depart straight out. I don't know where I'm going. It's a pretty flame, though. Why am I getting two of those? That seems like a bug. Right. So I'm going to do this thing, which is where I can pretend I have a pushback. Turn this way, and then it'll turn you. Rather than waiting for it to do that kind of thing. And now we're ready to release parking brakes. Bring up the power a little bit here. There we go. We have steering. I don't know exactly how the steering works on this plane, but it seems to be working. Now it looks like from in here, you don't have a huge amount of window space, but typical for an airliner, or this type. You got more than you'd see. You wouldn't have those windows, these kind of window design in the DC-3. You see a lot more in the military version of the plane than you would in... I flooded out an engine. What happened there? I flooded out my left engine. The right one's fine. How does that happen? Okay, we gotta restart my engine. I'm just gonna do this. I don't feel like starting it. It should start both, right? Yes, no, maybe. Ooh, that could be a bug. Let me try Control E. Okay, Control E will start it. I don't think it should have unstarted. I mean... But maybe maybe these engines are a little cranky. Alright, let's go flying, hopefully. Hopefully they will not keel out again. They look like they're running. Anyway, my friend Kelly is going to this area. It's a very not Aalborg, which is a pretty big city, but a much smaller area near Aalborg. On the coast, there's these little tiny towns, which I don't think are necessarily summery resort style towns. Where does it want us to go? You know what? We're gonna ignore that. We're just gonna take off from the actual runway. Oh no, we have see how that windsock. Look at the wind. So we have to take off. We have to go to the right. And then, where's my brakes? I don't have any brakes. No brakes. I think I remember this about this plane. That's full braking. Oh, no brakes. Basically, no brakes. You got to brake like an hour before because you get just the slightest pressure against where you're moving. So, when again, these are ponderous beasts. They're not designed to zip down the old taxiway here. So I guess this is actually, okay, there's two runways, no taxiway. Well, it's a little airport. It's not a huge airport. It's not that fancy. At least we could turn. There are some big planes that you can't turn. This is a plane that you can't stop. Now, which is a problem enough when you're taxiing, but it's a big problem when you're landing. Because you think you're going to be able, you're going to be able to stop just fine. And you nail that brake key, that brake button, and you're not stopping. which is fine. You just need a really long runway. You need to come in very, very early on it and just plan on. It does not have prop reversers. I think it doesn't, or at least this version doesn't. So you can't necessarily do some kind of reversing. All right, so I'm a million miles away from where I'm going to slow down, but I got to start braking now. You can barely feel yourself. You can feel a little bit of braking there. Again, it's a ponderous beast on the ground, but it's pretty decent in the air. Or at least we're pretty much ready for takeoff here. Yeah, I'm still going too fast to make this turn. Way too fast. I mean, it feels like you're going really slow until you get into the cockpit. And you're going, whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, we're testing takeoff clearance from Clarence. A little bit of positive trim. There we go. Is it going to let us go? There we go. Cleared for takeoff. My hands are on the throttle units there. You see these little throttle units there? I can adjust those as if my fingers were touching them. It's kind of cool. I mean, I can't do individual engines, but I can do the all three engines, propeller pitch, mixture, and throttle. And it's a pretty cool, well done effect. I mean, you can really feel kind of how it works. All right, let's take off from here. So we're going to push these all basically to the firewall. You can hear the plane building up some power. Takes a little while to get some speed going. You got to keep it. We have some. We should have a front wind, you know, a headwind. Excuse me. I mean, it should take off fairly easily. It's not going to. Keep it on the runway here. All right, we're just about up to rotation. Right there. That was rotation, about 100 knots. Gear coming up, starting to fold up there. Takes a while, not fast. There it is. Folds in, doors closed. Pretty aerodynamic. I guess they stick out just a little bit. No, doors are closed. All right, flaps in. Which way are we heading? West, which is good. We're heading towards the water. But we're in the middle. This is a lake. We're in the middle of Sweden. This is not our Denmark, northern Denmark, I believe, right? I mean, it's not a. I don't know if you call it a lake. You can see it. It's just there's just a huge amount of water in this area. But the area I want to go to is not that far. It's not there. It's on this kind of. It's on the middle finger of Denmark, as I like to call it. So we're gonna head that way. I only call it the middle finger because it's got that little. Oh, it's more like fang. It's the fang of Denmark. It's a little thing sticking out there. I don't know what they call it. Probably not the fang, but you never know. And there we go. We're traveling. Okay, right. So we're on. I'm on takeoff power. So we're going to reduce that to be a little bit more efficient here. Keep our engine a little under 2,400 RPM. This, that looks pretty good. I'm trying to probably need a little more positive trim to keep the nose up with this much fuel. We are kind of heavy on fuel. Okay, this is, I'll read in the names of these random Danish towns. Osterker? I mean, Danish people don't sound like me. But anyway, the place I want to check out where my friend's family is from. In fact, my friend Kelly, her husband is Danish, so she has a daughter with him. So her daughter's half Danish. But Kelly's not Danish. Well, this is, I mean, it looks like the ocean practically, but I guess this is... I'm wondering whether this is freshwater or it's like brackish, like seawater, because this is open to the sea. Hard to know. It's beautiful terrain. Okay, Nordiday, I don't know how to pronounce that. Don't care. Look at all the little towns there. It's got like I think those are like hot houses, like greenhouses there. So maybe flowers. I don't know if they grow. There's like a lot of them. Oops.
Acknowledge last transmission.
All right, I'll acknowledge. Where is my thingy? Uh-oh. There we go. Frequency change. There we go. It'll get mad if I don't just do that. All right, but we want to head this way. Again, where I want to go is on the coast, the actual coast. This is not the ocean. Which is that way. And this is not the world's fastest plane. That's for sure. I mean, these planes were not known for being fast. These are, pre-jet era. So you're really going to go about 100, 120, 130 knots. feel like we're going pretty slow. Adjusting our mixture. What I'm doing is now, you can see here is what I'm doing is there's this mixture control. You can't see now. Mixture control there. And what I'm doing is reducing the mixture until the point where I see the RPM start going down. And when that's the most efficient mixture level. Because you basically want the engines to, there it goes. So they just start going out right there. I got it fairly low. Let me turn it a little bit. But that is a key thing that a pilot would do to maintain the amount of fuel. We're actually going to kind of head up. Once we hit the coast, we're going to make a right turn. There's not much out there, but it's pretty. It is what it is. I think if we head all the way to the east side, there's like a castle or something. I'm not sure about that, but I don't know if we'll get all the way around there. But let's see, what do we got? We got these little communities that are all separated by tilled fields. You know, it's like, you know, you got flat land, you got plenty of water. It's time to grow some crops. You know, it's a pretty little town, kind of right there. Doesn't seem to have one of those little pins. I don't know where it is. I don't care. But we're heading. Now you can now see the actual ocean in the distance there. Again, this body of water is humongous there, and it kind of, you know, goes all the way across the northern part of Denmark. But it's not the ocean. The other thing we have is we'll see a lot of Europe is a lot of wind turbines. You see those in America, Central America, you know, the plains states, America. There's something going on in there. So I'm not sure. You know, this plane. I mean, especially up here, this looks real different to me compared to the DC-3. It used to look a lot like the DC-3, and now this is a very unique looking, especially that area. I don't know if there's anything here you could do. They don't see, you know, they have an engineering station. Oh, I guess you can open the cockpit door. Yeah, we could probably go back there. I'm not opening that. All right. Yeah, I remember when this first came out, we were hauling the gliders behind us. You know, you can haul a World War II style glider. And you can also have parachuters. You know, this is the cargo version, but I think there's a version with parachutes that's in it. That there's a door you can open in the back, and the parachutes can jump out. And it actually kind of works. It doesn't look great. I don't know what we haven't tried it in a while. So we're gonna actually go here, and then we're gonna head up, I think, to the east. Actually, you know, that's where I've been. Maybe we'll head the other way. Let's just see what it looks like here, because there's really nothing up here. Yeah, you know what? Let's go left while we're at it. I don't really, you know, it's all pretty. I just don't want to head right into the sun because we'll be blinded. Somebody is giving me a textual message. Oh, August 28th. Oh, I'm having a dentist appointment in a week. Thank you for the text message. I forgot. Now I remember. It's on a Friday, I guess. So if I have a dentist appointment on the 28th on a Friday, it means there may not be a stream on a Friday. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter. It depends. Depends on when I have it. All right. So we're gonna let's head this way. Again, I think I've gone up towards what I call the fang of Denmark. But this area here also doesn't have much on it. But I haven't flown over it specifically, so let's find out. And I think eventually we could probably go land at this other little airport down there in the middle. If we don't find another one. I don't want to think about landing yet. We just started flying, I feel. But again, just to double check. What is going on? Oh, double check. That I have live weather turned on. I remember keeping it on live weather. It's not the live time of day. But you can see it's live weather, meaning whatever weather report it has to work with, it's attempting to reproduce the conditions, which is very, you know, mild, lightly cloudy. I don't know what you call it. Not very cloudy. All right, we got a little town here, and again, these are pretty close to the beach, but I don't think the beach is really, you know, it's not like there's resorts there. You know, the water's gonna be cold all the time, and whereas it might be warm today, this is the middle of August, so you know what I mean. Most of the time, it's probably not going to be. But they sure have plenty of beach. It's not like you're going to have to fight for a spot to put your blanket out there. You know what I mean? That's the good thing about it. There's a lot of places where there's a lot of beach, but unfortunately the water and the weather are not really useful for that kind of thing. You're going to send me a bunch of text messages. You have an appointment in 1 week. You have an appointment in 2 days. You have an appointment in 1 day. You have an appointment in 10 minutes. You are late for your appointment. Thank you for all the text messages. All right, this is kind of cool here. I got this bluff here. I'm going to fly real low because it's dangerous and I like it. Especially one of these big-ass planes here. What is that thing in the front? I thought it was a rat, like a ram air turbine device, but I don't think so. It's a radar or like it's some kind of radar box or something. The little thing hanging out from the front of the cockpit. But it's certainly some kind of primitive early form of radar, like a active radar. I'm not sure. Okay, I don't know how to read the instruments. I've never seen it before, but everything looks fine to me. So yeah, you got comm. They had a very primitive kind of autopilot. Carburetor heat, tail wheel lock, landing gear up down, which was really just designed to keep the plane level and in a particular direction, really, or not even a particular, just level. But it's this thing here. And it didn't work last time I tried it. It's this here, right? It's called this Sperry gyro. It's got a gyro. You can set a heading. I guess you can set. You can set your bank, your pitch. But last time I checked it, it didn't really work. Is it kind of holding us level now? Oh, yeah, it's kind of holding us level. I think they may have fixed it. I mean, this is an update. Yeah, last time I tried to work that Sperry unit here, it's this thing here. So theoretically, we can change the pitch. Like if we wanted to go down, -1, right? So that's, okay, that's positive. That's going up. But if we change the pitch to positive, like 1 degree up, that's negative. That means going down. Interesting. So we could lose altitude. This is kind of interesting. Oh my, the bots are here. Hello, bots. Again, also, so let's set this to 0. 0. So that's level. And then is this active? No. This might be bank adjust, right 11 degrees. Nice. So in other words, you can very carefully control. Well, why are we going down? This should be 0. All right, off. All right, we'll fly low. I gotta figure out how that works. How you doing? I don't know if you're just in time. Just in time to see me crash. I'm just trying to figure out how the autopilot. It's called the Sperry gyro pilot. Very, very primitive, very early attempt to make a pilot assist system. And I think, oh yeah, okay, so it messed with my trim. So I want to set my trim back to something reasonable here. And I gotta figure out where it's, I don't know. What is going on in my chat? I don't even care. Are you guys trying to talk to the bots? Because they don't care. Don't talk to the bots. Don't engage the bots. Or if you can, if you want. I don't really care. Bots have feelings. Well, that's a theory. It's a theory. I mean, and it's certainly possible. I mean, nobody really, you can't really say what feelings are. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's certainly possible that bots have feelings, given we don't really know what, we can't really define it. All right, well, this is gorgeous, but this is what this is going to look like this whole way. There's a bunch of stuff here. They probably did. Your Gramps, your poor Gramps, your Gramps. I don't want to get into what your Gramps. What was your specific, your Gramps' specific position in the Luftwaffe? Anyway, this is Denmark, all right? flying over down. But yeah, this is the United States Navy, so maybe to. I think basically this would have been used to drop parachute. He was the Fuhrer to drop parachutists and also to tow gliders for like in D-Day. They had tons of these, and they'd fly them in. They'd be towing a glider, and then they'd also be filled with paratroopers. So they'd drop the paratroopers and release the glider, which would land hopefully. And you can reproduce that mission in this game. There's a way you can tow a glider. We've done it before, and it's with the C-47. It takes a little. I have to figure out how to do it because I forgot. We got to get this trim set right. All right. I mean, we're going 140. We should have plenty of. I guess we really do want a lot more positive trim because I'm pulling way back on the stick here to keep us level. All right, where is it? Okay, there's a big line of wind turbines. Okay, it's down there. But yeah, it's a vibe. You weren't here, but just cold starting it with there's all these switches. You gotta. By the way, is all this stuff right? The end icing we don't care about. Beacon lights. There's all these little switches here. You gotta run the energizer. Start the engine. Then you gotta mesh the energizer. Start the propeller turning, and then you gotta turn on the primer. And it's a little different. You don't turn the primer on before. It's a little tricky. So I'm still learning how to do that. But they just came out with a free update for this plane and a couple others. There's 3 other planes, and I don't, they always just say, oh, a free update. They don't necessarily say what the update means. But this one is quite different. Like this area up here, pre-update, it looked a lot like the DC-3, which is shares a lot of similarities to. And now it looks like, I believe, like the original C-47 a lot more, or whatever it is, C-46. I don't know. Again, it's nice. I think this is one of the ones you could buy for $10 or whatever when it's available. It only comes with 4 liveries, but they're very, very detailed and beautiful. But again, as I say, this one does have some unique missions. What else do we got around here? How big is this airport? How big is the runway? Oh, it's 5,200 feet. It's a mile long. We can land here. Let's land here. It's much closer. And meanwhile, you can see all these names of little Danish communities in the northern part of Denmark. Not the cool, like, southeastern part of Denmark where Copenhagen is. Okay, it's kind of, the agricultural area. It's interesting. There's like 2 sets of turbines, and only one of them is kind of working, and the other one, the other one is definitely not an image. And it's really huge, kind of unusual. Usually the turbines are kind of arrayed in a realistic way. You never know. All right, so we're gonna come in here. The airport I want to land at. There's an airstrip apparently down here. I've never heard of it. All right. Oh yeah, I wanted to remember now. The most important thing for landing is to make sure you're not overweight for landing, and typically that would be due to a very large fuel load. I didn't need anywhere near this much fuel, but I'm going to load us with much less fuel, which will also kind of make it a lot less of a pig. Okay. And the reason why is because these planes were not designed to land heavy. All right, we're close enough where I want to start putting the gear down in the flaps. Oh, I'm going to slow down a bit here. Is the gear coming down? You can see the runway there, so I think I'm below. I'm too fast. You see the gear is finally coming out. That'll help slow down the plane even more. As I mentioned, this plane is not that hard to land, but it's very hard to stop. Yeah, I'm just gonna land. I'm gonna be streaming for another 2.5 hours, because I'm gonna be playing guitar for a while. I don't know how long. As long as I freaking feel like it. Well, we still have to do the big brain games, and then building Lego for like an hour. So it's certainly gonna be a long stream. We will be getting to the bigger end games after this landing here. And it looks like we have a mile. Sounds like a lot, but again, the big problem with landing this plane is stopping it. The brakes practically do nothing. In the real world, there may be a pitch reverser. In other words, you could reverse the pitch of the propellers, but I don't think in our simulation they let us do that. But you can see we're coming in very very gently. We're not like making any major changes. Coming in again, you don't want to come in too high because then you'll be coming in fast, and then your brakes, you'll just go off the end of the runway. I've done it a million times. So basically, I'm going to try to land right at the tip, right in the front tip there of this runway here. It's a decent sized airport. You can see it's got that lighting effect there. Not all of them have that. And we have those things, those 4 lights on the left. I keep running what they're called AA something lights. Those will show you whether your glide slope is too high and is too high. They should be too red and too white. Reduce power a little bit here, because we're going to go to flaps 4. That's landing flaps. Flaps 5 is not really necessarily needed. You can see this is what it looks like here. We got a good lineup. We're moving our thing around a lot. That's what it looked like in the real world. You're making a lot of corrections. If you've ever seen a video of somebody flying these old planes, yeah, they're pretty. They require a lot of stick to fly in. Okay, I'm reducing power because, as I say, I want to kind of land right on Lanch's runway here. So power to nothing. Propellers to nothing. At least we're landing into the wind here. Okay. Stay on the runway. Flaps up. Oops, I just shut off the engines completely. I forgot that it's easy to do that. Okay, you can see I'm not going very fast, but I accidentally shut off my engines. Let's start them up again. Here. And the way I did that was I shut the throttle to 0. Some planes you can shut the throttle to 0 and they will still idle. Some planes you shut the throttle to 0. Not the mixture. I had the mixture open, but I had the throttle almost to 0 and it would shut off. Yeah, there is a Skibbity Toilet 80, but Skibbity Toilet is no longer operated by Deflect Boom or Door Closer or whatever you want to call it, and it's not. I saw part of it. It's not very good. I mean, and Door Closer is still doing some stuff, but he's not at a very fast pace. I like his kind of new stuff, even though it's vertically formatted. But yeah, that's really long. The Skibbity Toilet 8 is really long, but it feels like a remix. It doesn't feel to me like it's any better than like a lot of the fan remixes. A little more power here. Right? I don't have my parking brake on, do I? Is there any way to tell? It's down here somewhere, right? No, that's parking brake on. All right, let's park over here. So I don't think I'm going to watch it on stream. Plus, that it is what it is. I do, I'm looking forward to more Door Closer stuff because he's the original talent. But apparently, he sold out. He sold Skibbity Toilet rights, and then they sold it. It's kind of thing like it got sold a couple times, and so now there's and they have the rights apparently to like kind of his models, his 3D models and animations, I think. And so basically, they're just remixing his original stuff and calling it new. But it's different people, I guess. It's kind of a weird story. But, the theory is he actually made some money, So, nobody should feel sorry for Deflect Boom or Door Closer or whatever, whoever it is, the Russian dude. I wonder if we can make this turn here. It's a tiny little airport in, yeah, that's full braking. Yeah, okay. Gonna make this sort of turn here. So it looks like from here. Just go nice and slow. Obviously way too big a plane. Okay, now we're gonna shut the engines off intentionally. There they go. Well, again, it's not my favorite. I like these vintage planes. They're not my favorite thing in the world. We're gonna turn off a few things here. the inverter, battery, master power. Might as well leave that off. What is this? Oh, yeah, the magnetos. Turn them off. You also have a master ignition. That should have been on. I wonder if I think that might have been a bug. It should have. Interesting. Well, but it was a free upgrade. I mean, I've had this for a while, but they just offered a free upgrade, and I can't really tell what the difference is. But man, you can see all that detailing. Those little pods there, I believe, are early forms of radar. Little extra things, active radar, meaning track, be able to track other enemy planes. But you can see this fuselage is not the exact same kind of fuselage design as the DC-3. In fact, this is not I'm thinking of a different plane. There's the C-46 and the C-47. C-47 is the DC-3. I gave you some wrong information either. C-46 is a completely different plane. C-47 is a McDonnell Douglas version of the DC-3. This is the C-46, which is a Curtiss. It's completely different. You can kind of see from the pinched a fuselage design that it's definitely not a DC-3. There's a big door in the back. You see the big door that slides. That's for the parachutist. I'm wondering if there are door controls somewhere that I could find. If I remember where they are. Emergency autopilot power. I'll just take a quick peek here. Fuel quantity. Fuel tanks. That's radio. By the way, I think you can open these windows. Right? One of these things opens the window. Up here, maybe. Yeah, opens window, which is kind of cool. It makes a little sound. That's always kind of cool. Is there one over here? I don't know. Oh, we got 3. Da-da-da. Radio. That thing. Oh, yeah. I mean, as I say, I think there's buttons somewhere, but I don't remember where they were to open the door. But we'd have to go through the instructions, I think. Hold on a second here. I think door controls. Where would you be if you were door controls? There's a bunch there. That's starter. Engine inverters. Yeah, starter. Definitely no door controls. I'll have to look it up somewhere. Oh, over here. Papito heat. Pilot wiper. Oh, this is really cool. I wonder if there's a thing there now. Okay. All right, that was fun. All right, we're gonna say goodbye to the flight simulation till tomorrow. Right, let me get out of flight simulator. Main menu. Quit to desktop. Anyway, at least I gotta say again, we haven't really been challenging the flight simulation by flying around a very dangerous area. Making burritos. What does that have to do with wee? You know, burritos aren't French. Sorry. Okay. Bringing up the first big brain game. Also, I got to remember to change category here because we're no longer flight simulating. We're going to be just chatting effectively for the big brain games. There's, as far as I know, no big brain game category, and if there were, I wouldn't use it. Right. Okay. Just chatting on Twitch, not on YouTube. YouTube doesn't have categories. Don't care. Warm-up game is the Quirtle Extreme. As always, I use my same 3 starting words because you know, that's just what you call a strategy. I use these for all the 5-letter word games. All right, let's see. You know, I don't even have to think about it. Okay, this word on the left, lower left, pretty sure it's going to be brink or bring. So it could end in a K or a G if it's bring or brink, because both of those are a possibility. But I don't think it could be anything else. So there's 1 or 2. I don't want to use that one yet. What else do we have here? We've got upper right. I think, you know, we have a Y in there. I think this could be payee, which is a word. Bring the left lower. I have no idea what you're talking about. All right, payee is down. Okay, what else do we have? We know there's an E and a C in it. It could be, I'm just going to guess wreck. W-R-E-C-K. It could be wreck. Okay. I'm just guessing. And now, by the way, because we used a word that has a K in it, we know it's not bring, we know it's brink. So we don't have to guess if it's bring or brink. We just do another word that happens to have a K in it. Or a G in it. That would have helped just as much. And this last one here, I was going to say it's tacit, but it's not, because it doesn't have, it's not, the A can't be there. A, C, T, I, something? No. T, something, I, A, C. C, something, C, A. I don't think so. Oh, it could just be attic. A-T-T-I-C. Did you already type that? This fits. A could be there. The C could be there. The T's, it could be two T's, and the I could go there. It might not be attic, but it could be attic. All right, we're moving along. Again, the first brain game goes pretty quickly. But we always cheer a successful brain game with a little toast of Diet Coke. Go to the store. Buy some goddamn Diet Coke. All right, they're revealed. All right, today's category is animals and nature. Woohoo! I don't care. And the correct answer will have two words. The first word is going to have 9 letters, and the last word is going to have 4 letters. And if it doesn't fall into that category, it ain't the right word. Trouble, you know. But let's read the heavily redacted document and see if we can get a hint as to what the correct answer in animals and nature is going to be. Okay. The thing we're looking for, blank, is a blank, blank, blank of blank named for its blank, blank, blank. About blank, blank, long with a blank, blank, blank. It is the largest blank, though it blank less than blank, blank. Once blank with blank, fewer than blank were counted in the blank in blank. It has made a strong blank, though still listed as blank. Its blank in western blank and the northwestern blank now exceeds blank. Is it maybe a bear? Because a bear, like, it's not a grizzly bear because that doesn't have enough letters. I can't think of a bear that has 9 letters. So polar bear, grizzly bear, black bear, brown bear, Kodiak. None of them have 9 letters. And just because the last one, yeah, really. Let's just see if it's a bear, because we can do that easily enough by typing B, because it'll tell you also. Yeah, it's not a bear. Fine. So we know it's not a bear. The blank is a blank blank, and this is its Latin name, which we can kind of cheat on. Named for its blank blank blank. What is this, though? It's named for its call. Maybe it's a bird. It's not a hummingbird. I want to see if it's a bird, and we can do the same thing. We're going to do the same trick. But I don't think it would be. I don't think it would just be bird. Yeah, it's not a bird. Even if it is, it's not going to be listed like that. Okay, some kind of call. Howler monkey. Obviously some rare creature. It's still listed as endangered. But here's its, I imagine it's western and northwestern Canada. I don't know. Now exceeds blank. I don't know. It's not a bear. It's not a bird. Yeah, I don't think anything in this last section is going to do anything for it. Blank is a blank blank. We're going to have to look at this one. Species. That's also not going to tell us anything. A blank. Named for its something something call. I want to see how long it is. 6 feet long. Is it a snake? No. This is a hard one. Already I can tell you this is a hard one. which is fine. The science ones can be very obscure, and the animal's natures, it's not necessarily a common creature. The whole second half is just talking about how it was, it's about 6 feet long, and it's the largest example of it, named for its something call. So, what is this word here? I bet this is an I. No, it's not an I. Okay, so it's not ing. Well, I don't want to be here forever. I don't care. I got plenty of time. The afternoon, I can check my mail and shit like that. I mean, we'll just keep looking for things. I just can't think of what are these. No, this is a very vague description. Named for something about 6 feet long with a blank. It is the largest of whatever it is, though it is something less than the blank. Once hunted, maybe fewer than has made a strong comeback. It's still listed as endangered. Its population in Western, wherever it is, Canada, whatever, now exceeds some number. But none of this will help us. All right, we're going to cheat. It's not a cheat, but I just want to be here. Cygnus. Cygnus is a swan. So it's the trumpeter swan. That was the only information that would have helped us. I didn't have to cheat, at least. I could figure that out. Cygnus is the swan. What? Oh, I keep fucking up. Sorry, it is trumpeter swan. You can't hit enter. You have to hit enter, not that button. Enter and see it works. I hit the, if you don't hit the enter button, it's a bug. It was working a couple weeks ago. All right, that wasn't great, but Cygnus Buccinator, and knowing that it has a call, some kind of low pitch call. Cygnus is a swan. So that wasn't, I think we did okay. We needed a 4 and 1. Other players needed a fairly large number. And this number of people who solved it, 54%, is very low, meaning it was a hard one. But I enjoyed it, and eventually we got it. I mean, again, the only thing useful was this, was the Latin name, because that actually has Cygnus. If you know what a Cygnus means, it's a swan. If we did that first, that's the only one we would have needed. I can't imagine, boy, they're really big. 6 feet long swan with a 10-foot wingspan. They're also the largest kind of swan in the world. Okay, let's move on. I'm going to do the tightrope trivia, blah, 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 timed multiple choice trivia. They get harder as you go through the week. This is the third from the hardest one. But since the time is the biggest part of your score, I got to get them fast as well as right. So let's see what we do today. Starbucks is from Moby Dick. We all know. In a hot air balloon. I think it was Branson, yeah. But can't take too long. That could have been any of those, really. Versus warts and all. Copy his mini skin. Churchill? It wasn't. It was Cromwell. Well, that's a hard one. I guess I wouldn't have known that one. Wing is associated with which it was Nike, wasn't it? The Greek goddess Nike is the winged victory. The male which goes large fast to attract females. Bonobo? No, it was the orangutan. These are hard. Those could have been any of those. Did not know that. You're just, Mercury? It would be the swift planet. Not optimistic, but, I like trivia quizzes. A snobby way to describe a snob. Supercilious. And that's just, come and take them. Leonidas? From the 300, if you saw the 300, you know that. Xerxes was there too, but anyway. His own zip code. Has its own zip code. The zip code would have to be in America. I was thinking all those other countries are not in America, and zip code is an American thing. But I didn't know that. All right, we crossed it. It was not a win. A win, I define as 2,000 points or greater. We're not going to make that, but, not that far off. And considering it was a cross, I only got 2 wrong. And the 2 I got wrong, I just had to guess on. I did not know them. But we had fun. We're going to do another trivia quiz tomorrow. They do these every single day and they get harder. The next game that I do in the order in which I like to do them, whatever that I happen to pick, is the reunion. Oh, we got an X today. All right. All right. Let's just calm down and see what we got here. It's kind of like a crossword puzzle, except you don't get any clues. You just gotta suss out what the dang old words are. Okay, we know this G is on the row, and I kind of think it's going to be a G word that starts with GL something and then has a vowel. So I'm just going to try it. Okay, it wasn't. So it has to end the word. That's fine. This S, now I think this word could be align, A-L-I, no, it can't be align. Cling? C-L-I-N-G. Do we have a C? You know what? I kind of think that works. Let's move the I first. Okay, that I kind of like cling, but and it can't be bling, but it could be fling because there's an F as well. But in any case, I do think it's something that ends in ing. So I'm not gonna go cling first because even though there's a C that could go there, there's also an F that could go there. It's that we know it's not sling because the S would be green if it was sling. It would have been green, but we do know that this S is on the column, and since there's an S there, I'm wondering whether that kind of implies this. And then we know this X has to go somewhere too. If there's an S there, then this X is not going to be on this row. Because it can't be axis because then the X would be green. And can't be, or axial or anything like that. Huh. There's a lot of S's to be placed. And again, I'm sure this word is either cling or fling. Okay, so if it's cling, this word could be... See, I'm wondering whether if this word is a fling, then this word's going to be fox something, like fox hunt or something like that. Foxhound. It can't be foxhound because of this E. But I kind of want to, but then this X would go here, but maybe again, maybe where the N and the thing goes is that going to be there? All right, let's just try it. I think this is maybe going to be right. It wasn't. Okay, so now we know the X is on. Hey, it was a theory. Well, this has to be here. Okay, I don't know where anything is anymore. I don't even know what I'm doing. This word has to be something like it has to. Where's this X gonna go? I thought this word's gonna be fox, which is why I moved it there. Intox. No. Intoxin is not a word, and there's no T. But I think the X does have to go there. Are there two M's? No, because I was thinking Maxim. We got a lot of S's to place. Inbox. Yes. Thank you. It has to be. Has to be. Thank you. You're doing, and where the D, I think, maybe now I'm thinking where the D and the U are, because that's going to be it. Has to be where they are. And then this word is going to be fax. F-A-X. Dang it. Oh. What else could it be? Oh, sax. Hopefully we'll get two F's there. At least we got the two things. All right. Hey, I'm messing this up. You're right. It was sax. I should have looked there. Okay. And then this is going to be focuses. No, because it can't be S. It could be focused. Focused. S-E-D. This word is going to be... we got to put these S's somewhere. It's going to be... Oh yeah, no. This is where the after the N box, where the S and U, that's where it's going to be. Okay, and then we have Genesis, right? Right. We have yes, and then this word's going to be cabin on the left, right? And then we have to move this, and we're going to get it in 18. Because then we have to move this. Oh no, more because we got to. It's going to be 19. That was my bad. Drums. I think that was kind of a hard one. Let's see how other players did. They did only slightly worse than we did. That was just yeah. We could have done 17. We could have easily got 17. I didn't throw it. I was just randomly throwing letters around hoping they would stick. But you're the one who thought it was cling, and I said maybe it's fling. So come on, it was a group effort. That's fine. But these are some hard words. Sax is a hard word. Taking a while to figure out where these were going to go and kind of knowing where that was. We could have done a little better. And, the fact that there's an X and it wasn't an EX word. I'm always looking when there's an X. I'm always looking for a place to put like a word like exit or exist or something like that with EX something. And that's how that threw him off a little bit. But no, it was a community effort. The next game is called, what is the next damn game? Okay, we did the reunion, we did the Quirtle, we did the revealed. We have not done the loop. It's a pretty fun game. All right, so for the loop, our starting pictogram is a king. It looks like a king on a throne. He's wearing royal purple. Purple is associated with royalty. All right, this is a dream catcher, in case you were wondering what those are called. This is like the night sky with the Milky Way and the moon. Okay. These people are celebrities on a red carpet. They're like celebrities on a red carpet, I guess. I don't know. Okay, we got Peter Pan. I mean, would he be associated with the moon? That is a bunt pan. Peter Pan. It's a cake. It's a bunt cake, but it's not the cake. It's the cake pan. It's for a bunt cake. I almost wonder whether a cake pan and Peter Pan are going to go next to each other. Let's hold that for now. This is, oof. Is that red square in Russia? Is that the dome, or is this in Venice? I don't know where that fucking is. That's a problem. Okay, that is what looks to me to be Thousand Island dressing on a salad. That's the color of Thousand Island dressing, kind of. And we have, this is Paul Newman. Paul Newman, of course, is famous for salad dressings. So we're going to put Paul Newman in a salad dressing. We have a guy bunting and a bunt cake. So those are definitely going to go next to each other. I don't know about Peter Pan. All right, we have a man in a plate armor. You'd think he's going to go with the king here. The king and the dude, the medieval king. We have Martin Luther King Jr. making his very famous "I Have a Dream" speech in front of the Lincoln Memorial or the Washington Memorial. Very famous, and that's from a photograph. It's a very famous image. I'm really thrilled. What is the sauce, man? This is Thousand Island dressing. This is a dream catcher. This is the night sky, and I think that maybe would be associated with the dream catcher. These people are on a red carpet. They're celebrities or something, and they're just having their pictures taken. I mean, a celebrity, Paul Newman's a celebrity, so maybe they're related. I don't know. I don't even know where this is supposed to be or what this is supposed to be, honestly. But it seems kind of medieval, so maybe we'll put the king there. Excuse me. Okay, all right. Wait a minute. We have a king and we have Martin Luther King. So now I think Martin Luther King has to be next to the king. Luther King goes next to the king. You dumb it. Thank you. Hey, eventually I'm reading chat. Okay, where's the dream catcher go? I mean, okay, I feel good about. I don't think Martin Luther King's necessarily next to the guy bunting, but the bunt pan goes to next to those. That's for sure. Peter Pan, bunt cake, bunt pan, Peter Pan. I don't know. Dreamcatcher good next to go to Martin Luther King, you think? Oh, I have a dream. Duh. Because he's using I have a dream speech. I have a dream. So that's a dream catcher. This guy, notice the guy on the right here? That's the catcher in the baseball game. Then we have, and he's bunting. Then we have a bunt pan, Peter Pan. I think he might go with this area here. But he might go with that. This guy is a knight in armor. And this is the night sky. All right, let's just see how shitty we did. Oh, my lords. Oh, my freaking gods. The hell? Sorry, I just had a minor heart attack. You know, we don't win every damn game, but sometimes we do win a freaking game, and in a big way. How do we do this? We rarely get that one. We rarely get that. I mean, and you know, even if we needed one set of clues, I would have been like, that's fine. But this is a huge rare win. So let's see how they link here. King, knight in armor, right? Knights serve their king. Night sky, knight in night. Movie premiere and night sky have stars. I didn't quite get that, but now that makes sense. But you know, okay. Paul Newman was a movie star, movie premiere, movie star. Russian dressing. Paul Newman is the face of a line of salad dressing. I knew that. It's Russian dressing, not Thousand Island dressing. It would have been good to know that. It looks like Thousand Island dressing, but it doesn't have the little things in it. St. Petersburg is in Russia. I kind of thought that was Russia, but I really wasn't sure. St. Petersburg, boy dresses Peter Pan. But we got lucky with a lot of these associations. Peter Pan. Okay, then I got the bunt cake pan. Peter Pan, gunk cake pan, bunt, Dreamcatcher, Martin Luther King, I have a dream speech. We got a lot of stuff there. Let's see how we did compared to other people. There's a medium difficulty, 3 stars out of 5. Only 4% of players got it right on the first guess, I guess. We're actually smarter than 96% of the dumbass. I feel good about it. I just want to see her look at this. There's a couple more games to do, by the way. We're going to zip right to the connections, and then we're going to go right to the Octoral, because we're going to, I'm going to play the guitar. We're going to do a bunch of Lego. It's going to be fun. All right, the connections today. You know, as always, the connections is a game from our fine friends at the New York Times. Yeah, really. That's probably true, actually. I guess, yeah, comparison at least. All right, so we got 16 words and or short phrases. We got to divide them up into groups of 4 by affinity, but they don't tell us what the affinity is. There's often a fake 5th affinity group that's not even real. And there's a lot of wordplay and stuff in play. But let's read these off and see if we can see what might stick out to us as a group of 4. Okay, wimpy, while, sleep, generation, lifetime, action, oxygen, comeback, showtime, karate, Sundance, places, water, blue moon, curtain up, and nutrition. Okay. I mean, you know, I see a couple things. Once in a blue moon, once in a lifetime. Okay, yeah, the once in a lifetime, but follow my logic here. Once in a generation, and what would the other one be? Once in a while. So this would be once in a blank, but follow my logic here. This is either the right one or the wrong one, because there's also, I like this one, by the way, Lifetime, Showtime, Oxygen, and Sundance are cable channels, cable TV channels, and it can't be both. So it's one or the other. But I don't like this one. And the reason why I like the other one, because I think Showtime goes with curtain up, which comes with action, which comes with, well, what would be the 5th one? Comeback? See what I mean? Let's find other groups. Yeah, I kind of see what you're saying. Well, let's think about it. But you see what I mean. Lifetime, Showtime, Oxygen, Sundance are definitely cable channels, and there aren't any others. But once in a lifetime, once in a while, once in a blue moon, and once in a generation. Oh, you think that these might blank with something kid? Because yeah, Comeback Kid is also Comeback Kid, Wimpy Kid, a Karate Kid, and Sundance Kid, I think, right? Um, yeah, Sundance Kid. If you look up Sundance Kid, I believe you'll find something. Let me just double check that. I'm just gonna, I'm not exactly cheating, but yeah, Sundance Kid was the Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, so pretty famous. Karate Kid from the movie. Let's try it. We don't have all day. It's either the right one or it's the fifth fake affinity group. Okay, it's definitely Blank Kids. All right, that's good. All right, so now we know Sundance not channels because Sundance was one of the channels. So now we know it's once in a lifetime, once in a while, once in a blue moon, and once in a generation, right? And it can't be once in any of the other things here. We're pretty sure about this one. All right, once in a blank. That was the purple one. We're doing good. Look, I just don't want to mess this puzzle up after we just had a great win on the loop there, or the that's the loop. Okay, Showtime, Action, Curtain Up. But then what would the other thing be? Oxygen? And what would the connection be there? I mean, those certainly have. You think water, oxygen, sleep, and nutrition? These are the things. Oh yeah, places. Places make sense because they yell places. Places is something also that's yelled on a stage. But let's get this first. This was an easy one today. Showtime, Action, Curtain Up, and Places. But everyone get into your places. Places. So these are just things animals need. These are just things you hear on a stage. Calls to begin a performance. But Places is also one. We should have got that one earlier. Hey man, it's a perfect game. It's a perfect game. We not only that, I think we got all of them. It was a group effort, I think. But we didn't, as I said, the first thing I was almost going to do was do the Sundance channel, the Lifetime channel, the Oxygen channel, and Showtime. And you can see those are all in different categories. That's the fake fifth affinity group. But so we got a little lucky because I was almost going to do that one. But then I was like, let's look at her, because, things like, the once in a lifetime thing was the once on a blue moon. Like, what's blue moon going to be? All right, last game of the day, and I'm just kind of run through this quickly. Not not of the stream, but the stream's gonna go for a long time. It's called the Octurtle, which is a lot like the Quirtle. I've got some new graphics there. Oh, I want to do sorry, I did the wrong one. I want to do the Rescue. That's the really hard one. We're gonna do the Rescue. The Extreme's not so hard. The Rescue is the hardest one because I don't get to use my powerful 3 starting words. It picks 4 random ones. Oh my God, we're funked. There's so many. That was some terrible starting words. I guess the only one we hear that we have is B A. This is the only easy one. Bathe. It has to be bathe. At least that gave us the E, which we didn't have before. And now we have could be TH something something E. It could be these, right? Not too many other words, because there's no other vowels. Could it be time, THYME? No, there's no M. I think it's gonna be these. All right, that's good because we need the S. S is up here. So now we know this word on the upper right. Again, it was looking hard until we got lucky here. That has to be arise. Very nice. And now we have a word that starts with U, ends in E, and has a C in it somewhere. What could that be? Uncle. Uncle fits. UNCLE. And even if it doesn't, we really need the N and the L. But it does. Yeah, you got all. Oh my God. Anyway, yeah, you should get a definite award. Okay, this word has an O, and these are gonna be hard. CU, and then there's an R, and we know where the R is. There's no H. No other vowels besides the U. Could be curry. And I don't know what else it could be. And even if it's not, we really need that Y. And it was. Okay, actually I'm good at this game. Just don't try this. Try this at home. It's not a very easy. This is the hard one. Okay, we should be able to get this one here now. Here, I think this word is going to be something like CLANK. Dang it! It could have been clang. All right. Well, we can get one wrong. As I typed that, I was like, wait a minute. It's one of those GK words. All right. But that's okay. We can get one wrong and still potentially win, but only one. So now we got to get all the rest right. All right. So this one should not be too hard. There's an E, an L, and an N. So it has to be learn. LEARN, right? The L can go there. The E can go there. The ASR have to go there. Yeah, that one's easy enough. Yeah, you said clank too. We both should have waited away. I mean, 50-50s are not worth it because you don't know. You might have another word that has a G or a K in it that's coming up. But in this case, we don't. We only have one left, one guess. We know that, but that G was helpful. We now know that it's most likely going to be glove. GLOVE. So the G can go there. We know it has to have an O. The other consonants are available. There's no other consonants, or it's LOBE. Or LOGE. There's no B in it. Yeah, I like it. I like it. All right, that's a win for the last one. We both got glove at the same time. Whatever. But that's a win for us and the community, and that's all the games. I'm not going to do the anything else today. You know what I mean? We just got to kind of keep things moving along. But let's see how we did today. It was a mixed bag. Who knew? Let's see. For the Quirtle was a win, but that's pretty much always a win. The extreme, that's fine. The tightrope trivia kind of kicked my ass today. I mean, I still feel it was okay. I mean, I did cross it, but yeah, we didn't get to the 2,000 points. That's not a win. The reunion took us 20 moves. That's not a win. It has to be 17 or less. Happy Friday to you, by the way. Or no, we did 19. That's 2 over. It's fine. We'll get it next time. Let's see. We did the reunion. We got the reunion. Oh, that's the reunion. We got the revealed. That was a hard one, and I feel like I did pretty good knowing that Cygnus Buccinator is a trumpeter swan. The loop was a very, very rare perfect game. We rarely get those perfect games, and it was a lot of guesswork. I mean, I felt pretty good about the ones I knew, but there's a bunch of random ones in here I didn't know. I mean, I was really good. Felt good about, Martin Luther King. I Have a Dream, Catcher, Bunting, Bunt Cake, Bunt Pan, Peter Pan. That I didn't know what the fuck this condition was. You know what I mean? It's like I thought there was a house on the dressing, but not Russian dressing. I didn't know this wasn't right. You know what I mean? We got really lucky there. That's fine. That's good. We'll do it next time. Anyway, lots more streaming to do. It's going to be a guitar session. Let me go into the music category here. Last time I played piano. Today is going to be guitar. It's my Yamaha Revstar. Oh, we got Stream Boo in today. Happy Friday to Stream Boo. But I'll do my little, I'm going to do my mid-roll, and I'll see you on the other side when I'll put my headphones on. I got to change my music, my sound system around a little bit. We'll see you on the other side of the mid-roll. Hey there. Oh, my camera. Oh, I'm sitting here. What am I forgetting? Maybe your camera. All right. 2 camera setup for the guitar. Okay, so you see guitar. See me. All right, we're going to talk about guitars. I'm in the music category. Today is a guitar day. I've got a collection of roughly 16 guitars. And it's growing. I do not want it to grow, but occasionally it does. For example, this year I had to have this guitar. It's just one of those things, and I'm glad I did. I'm really glad I had the compulsion to purchase it. I did not even really know that they're Yamaha Revstar. It kind of was on the edge of my knowledge. By the way, fun fact, the very first electric guitar I ever bought when I was working at Microsoft in the 1980s was a white Yamaha electric guitar, but I don't know what happened to it. Did not keep it very long. At the time, I did not know how to play electric guitar. Just looking for a cheap guitar to look good in. And then some number of years, I bought a 1980 Les Paul Standard, Gibson Les Paul Standard, which I stupidly sold, although it wasn't very good. And then I started, some number of years later, I really started avidly collecting guitars. Avidly. And playing them a lot more. So I went to the Eagles concert this year in, they're playing their final concert. It's going to be a while though. At the Sphere in Las Vegas, the Eagles, Joe Walsh and everything. And what a fantastic concert. And Joe Walsh is known for playing Les Pauls and Stratocasters. And for one of the shows, for one of the songs, he was playing this guitar. It looks exactly like this guitar. Now he's playing the RSP version, this is the RSS version. The difference is the RSP is made in Japan and this is made in Indonesia. But on that, they are spec'd exactly the same. And he's even, in fact, the same color, this desert burst color, whatever, desert fade. So what do I like about this guitar? It's, for one thing, it's very comfortable. It's just very nicely made. It's got a lot of unusual features, and it was a relatively recently, the Revstar is a relatively recent design from about 2014. So it's kind of a clean sheet design. It has carbon reinforced rods in the neck and things like that. It's got some very high-tech features that you won't find in older guitars. It's got interesting finish. You can see how shiny the back is, but the neck is not shiny. It's got a satin neck and a gloss body, which is very unusual, but it's for practical reasons. The neck feels really good in the satin, and the body looks really good in the shiny. So in the gloss. It's got, regular humbucker pickup. It's got a 5-way pickup selector switch. Most guitars that have two pickups have a 3-way pickup selector, but this one has a more complicated switching scheme too. It's got a little more going on in the controls. Got this lift up. They call this the focus knob. I don't really know what that means. And at this price range, you get stainless steel frets, which is a real bonus. I mean, you can't really see any difference and things like that. It's a real bonus in terms of the big thing about stainless steel frets is they usually cost more, because they're more expensive to work with than nickel silver. But they last longer. They will not wear out. Nickel silver will start denting, getting these little divots in there and flattening, and then you got to refret it or take it to somebody who will freshen up the frets for you, polish them up. But a guitar with the stainless steel frets, probably you could play forever, and you may never see any wear to the frets. So it's that much harder. And I've been playing it for a while, and I don't see the frets don't show any, they look like they're brand new. And that's the main advantage of stainless steel frets is that they last a long time. You really can't feel too much. It's very smooth to bend. Must be your skin, I'm sinking in. Must be for, I let the mic a little bit. Real now I can feel. This is a song by Bush, by the way. And I didn't mind, it's not my kind. It's not my time to wonder why everything goes white and everything's gray. Now you're here and now you're away. I don't want this. Remember that. I'll never forget you where you're at. I don't let the days roll by. Glycerine, glycerine. I'm never alone, I'm alone all the time. Are you at one or do you lie? We live in a wheel where everyone steals. But when we rise, it's like strawberry fields. If I treated you bad, you bruised my face. Couldn't love you anymore, you got a beautiful taste. I don't let the days roll by. I could have been easier on you. I couldn't change, though I wanted to. I should have been easier by 3. Our old friends Fear and you and me. Glycerine. I needed you more when I wanted us less. Could not kiss, just regress. It might just be pure and simple and plain. Well, that's just fine, that's just one of my names. Don't let the days roll by. I could easier on you, Glycerine, glycerine. Glycerine. Random songs here, but I'm having a good time playing. They'll probably do a little more singing. Probably. I mean, definitely. tune here. Tuning stability, I mean, it's as I play more, it's getting a little more stable. That's a little flat. Not too bad though, actually. So just checking there. Wait, yeah, I'm just gonna jump into some karaoke. Give me a second to set that up here. I want to do, we'll do Wonderwall first. So I've been thinking about that one. I haven't done it in a while. Volume, that's a little loud around there. Gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Back then, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you've heard it only before. Never really had a doubt. I'm having technical issues here. I guess these could fall out more easily than I'd want them to be able to. You're supposed to click them over here, and they're in good. But I need both of them. Oh, I see what's going on here. I think I'm getting better. These are the cheap ones. I'm getting some Sonys next year. Let me go back a little bit here. Gonna throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Back then, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And all the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lights that lead us there are blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. And maybe I'm gonna be the one that saves me. After all, you're my wonderwall. said, baby, gonna be the one that saves me. Gonna be the one that saves me. Gonna be the one that saves me. Song, but it's still a great song. I mean, I just done it like 9,000 times now. What else do we got here? That one's a little boring. What else do we got that's not 7 done 8 billion times? I've done all these 8 billion times. I've done this one in a little while. REM, never used a keyboard. I know of. Napoli 21 checkers and chess. Mr. Fred Blassie in a breakfast mess. Let's play Twister, let's play Risk. See you in heaven if you make the list. This one. Tell me, are you locked in the punch? Tell me, are you goofing on Elvis? Hey, baby, are we losing touch? If you believe they put a man on the moon, man on the moon. If you believe there's nothing up their sleeve, nothing is cool. Moses went walking with a staff of wood. Newton got beaten by the apple good. Egypt was troubled by the horrible asp. Mr. Charles Darwin had the gall to ask. This one. Tell me, are you locked in the punch? Baby, are you moving on Elvis? Hey, baby, are you having fun? If you believe they put man on the moon, man on the moon. If you believe there's nothing up his sleeve, nothing is cool. For the never believer. Here's a little ghost for the offering. Here's a truck stop instead of St. Peter's. Mr. Andy Kaufman's gone wrestling. In the punch. Andy, are you goofing on Elvis? Hey, baby, are we losing touch? If you believe they put a man on the moon, man on the moon. If you sleep. Nothing is cool. There's nothing bad on the moon, bad on the moon. If you believe there's nothing up its sleep, and nothing is cool. If you believe they put a man on the moon, man on the moon. If you believe there's nothing up its sleeve, nothing is cool. Man on the moon, man on the moon. If you believe there's nothing up his sleeve, nothing is cool. I do enjoy doing them REM songs. What else we got? Anything next? I guess we'll just do this one for fun. Maybe this might be the last one to the Lego. Oh, I'll go back to it because I like that to this. With you. have to know. That is what it is. It's called a musical segment. I'm not going to do anymore. We're like 2 hours in. I want to build Lego for a while. Sound fun? So let me just switch back temporarily here. All right, I gotta move things around. I'm gonna turn my reverb off. It's pretty annoying just when I'm talking. I don't need it. In fact, I don't need these because that's just for music. This goes here. All right. So what we're gonna do? The camera back here. Camera's gonna go here. All right, couple things I need to do. I'm not gonna, stop the stream or anything like that, but I am going to go into the Lego category for the next segment. I don't know, Lego and brick building. There we go. I'm in the Lego brick building category. I just set up some lights. I gotta bring my table out, my temporary table that I use for Lego building. And I also gotta move my microphone a little bit down here, like that. That way you can kind of hear me. Let's see, this is gonna go here. All right, let me have a table. There's a little table here I used to build on. Oh, it's right. It's already right here. Okay, that's right. Duh. All right. What I do need is my notebook or my tablet. What I do with my tablet is, okay, I'm going to switch cameras to the Lego camera here, which is the instrument camera. Let's see, instrument camera only. There we go. What I do is I open my tablet and I open my own stream, and that way I can watch if somebody does want to chat with me. But it's only works in Twitch because normally I cannot see. Unfortunately, I cannot see. I cannot see the YouTube, but I can see myself. Okay, I'm in the right category. Turn the audio down. What happened? Hello? Sorry. Okay, audio down. Perfect. Okay. This goes like that. All right. Okay. Now, should anybody chat, I might be able to see it, but I might not. All right. So what are we doing here? This is the Lego Hubble Space Telescope. You can see we built the base. The base has this really cool, plaque on it, and then these pictures, these translucent pictures based on things. So we're going to put these over the side, and it's really awesome minifig of a astronaut. It's a very elaborate minifig compared to many of them. Okay, let's get the current new stuff out here. This is eventually what it's going to look like there. You can see on the box, that's the final form there, if you're curious. Let's see what we got here. We got our book instructions. We are up to bag 6. It's 7. Hopefully we'll do 6. Actually, if there's only 2 bags, I don't know. Maybe we might do this. We'll see how we do on bag 6 here. If it might just be 2 more. It might just be 2 more sessions, not 3 more of Lego building. At least for this particular Lego. Okay, so bag 6. There's the big items. Empty. Very nice. I gotta move because the camera has to sit in a specific spot. Okay. But yeah, I use this lights really help. Having bright lights makes it much easier to see the colors. And this elevating to closer to my eye level really helps with finding those little parts that you need to find and put together a thingy. Okay, that's all the little parts. Spread those out. Spread these out so they're not quite on top of each other. All right, let's find our book. Page section 6. Okay. Almost done with bag 5. On bag 6. 6. Hmm. Oh, yeah, no. Oh, yeah. Gotta go for this stuff yet. Okay, so bag 6 starts somewhere before here. Here we go. Bag 6. Perfect. Okay. All right, so the first thing we're going to need. Oh, yeah, I forgot to do this thing here. Do. This. This kind of fits together. Perfect. Okay. All right, now that I've got my settings set up here, we're going to figure out what we need. 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 of these guys here. So let's see. I'm going to take these like that. And just kind of stick them together like that. Do those 2 of these. Okay, can do. Once. Doesn't go all the way in, but it goes a ways in. Okay, these are the same. Perfecto. And they're going to go, okay, oops, are they? They're going to go. Perfecto. Here and here. One there. And one here. Perfecto. Yes. Okay. Next step. Okay, 4 more of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4 of those guys. Which are similar, not quite the same. These, I think. 1. Yeah, that's an unusual looking piece, but I'm sure we can find 4 of them. 1. 2. Right, how many do we need total? 4. 2 more. 3. It gets easier to find pieces, obviously, once you construct things. Mixing things by color. Just make things easier to find. Here it is. Okay, I guess there's only 4 of these total. We'll go now. All right, so those are going to go. All right, so we're going to kind of make these. This is a double truss here. 1, 2. And then we put this together like that. Interesting. Like 2 of these guys. 1, 2. Let's just go the same way, and then these are going to go where? On top of those black pieces we just installed. Okay, one on that side and one on this side. Okay. Very good. Now we're going to need 4 more of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got quite a few of those left, though. 4 more. And 4 more of these towels. These, which you also have a million of them. Very nice. 4. Okay, we got all the pieces. So let's see. Yeah, these are going to be doubles. So 1 of these. 1 of these. And it's going to go in like that. 1 of these. 1 of these. Going to go like that. Okay. And they're going to go where? Over here. And over here. Lean like that. Yes? No. Yes. Yes. Perfecto. More. All right, so we need, let's see. 1 of these. 1 of these. 2 3x1s. There they are, right next to each other. 2 3x1s and a black 1x4. Okay, so what do we want to build here? Okay, so where I gotta make sure I got the facing right here. Yeah, okay, this is the side it wants us to work on. So this piece apparently goes here. Reading the instructions correctly. This piece goes next to it vertically. It goes right on. And the round piece kind of goes in the middle. Another 3x1. And then what? And then the 4x1. Okay. Okay, it looks exactly like it's supposed to in the picture. Yes, it does. Yeah, okay. All right, so now we're going to need 2 of these 2x2, regular 2x2s. There we go. And 2 what we call the roof tiles. There they are. Okay, so they're going to go facing that way. Facing that way. Okay. And that's going to go on the things we just added. So that one's there, and this one's here. According to the imagery there. Perfecto. We're all good. All right, more steps here. Yeah, we're just going to do this on the other side, I think. So let's see. All right, okay, we'll put it this way. All right, so the yellow one going to go here. And you got a couple of these 3x1s. Or, well, that's a 3x1. This round guy. Which round guy? That round guy. There. Another 3x1. Which we have to find. We're running out of 3x1s. I guarantee there's nobody here. Here it is. Okay, 3x1. Then what's next to it? The black 4x1. Yes. Just like the other side. It's symmetrical. Okay, yeah, that looks like that piece there. Perfect. All right, now we're going to need another of these 2 guys. And 2 more of the roof tiles. 1, 2 roof tiles. One goes that way. This one goes this way. And then they're going to go, let's see, I'm facing that way. I'm facing that way. Perfecto, moving along. All right, so now we're going to need another 4 of those guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. These are always easy to find. And 2 of these. Running through all these. Still a few left. Okay, so let's see. Hold it this way. And 1 goes like that. And 1 goes like that. Just building the same kind of thing we were doing before. Okay, make sure the orientation is correct. And it is. Okay, so this one also is going to go that way. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Those look like the right pieces. And they're going to get stacked on, which I'm going to make sure I get the right side here. And here. 1 on that side, and then the other on the other side. I believe. They're pointing the right way. Yeah, facing out. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, okay. All right, now we need, what do we need here? 2 of these, 2 of these, easy, easy. So those are gonna go how? Okay, facing this way. These are gonna go this way. And then these are gonna go the cross way. Like that. Perfecto. Okay, exactly like the picture. Yes. We're almost done with this segment here. Okay, 4 black flat things. These are them, and 4 of these. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Here's all the pieces we need. Very nice. They're going to go on the top of this. So kind of obvious way there. Corner pieces. pieces. Corner pieces. That's the stream going. It's fine. Corner pieces. Followed by the center pieces. Looks like the picture. Yes, it does. Okay, now we're going to build a sub-assembly, so I'm going to put this over here for now. All right, so we're going to start with this big plate here, and then we need a regular old 2x4. Okay, now we're going to need a black grip, 2 of these black grippers, and 1 more of these. Again, it's much easier to find things now that we've used a bunch of pieces. So this piece goes here. All right, and then these pieces are going to hang out in the middle. Like that. Right? Yes. And then we need 2 of these. And they're going to go 1, 2. That shape there. We're still in good shape. And 2 of these guys, which we have a bunch of. I'm going to go here. That's going to go there to make that shape. Perfecto. Okay, so now we're going to need 2. These are 1 by 10s, I think. Yeah, there's 2 of them here. These are all the same size. No, that's a bigger one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10. Okay. And 2 roof tops. 1, 2. Perfecto. Okay, so this is going to go facing that way. And this one's going to face the other way. And then they're going to go where? One's going to go here. And one's going to go here. Obviously, make that shape. Perfecto. I'm going to need this guy. He's going to go here. Next step 208. Okay, now we're going to all 8 of these guys. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. So there's way more than 8 here. So there's 8 right there, though. Okay, and then they're going to build down here. So 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I love building Lego. It's very satisfying. 7. I don't know why, but I didn't really start building these fancy kits until relatively recently. Okay, so there's that. It looks like that. Step 208. Step 209. We're going to add the other dude, this other long piece here. Right here. And then 2 of these guys to fit underneath that. How are these going to go? That, I think. Yes. Very nice. Okay. That makes the shape into step 210. Just double checking it, but it looks really good. All right. 1 of these and 4 of these dudes. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all the same, right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. So how are they going to go? Okay, so I guess this piece just goes down the backbone here. And then these 4 guys go, well, 1 here. 1 here. 1 here. 1 here. That shape, perfecto. Right now, 10 more of these guys. Let's start covering them up. And just keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. There's a couple left still. 10. All right, to make this shape here. Well, actually, we're back here. 213, perfect. Nope, oh no, we have some more stuff to place. That's 212. Okay, step 212. 213. We're gonna need 2 more of these guys and 2 more of these guys. How are they gonna be placed? This one's gonna go No? Oh, these are the small ones. This one here. That one's going to go there. These are the dinko ones. Right. Makes sense. And then these are... You go on top of these, I think, if they fit. They did. That shape. Perfect. All right, now we're gonna need one of these gripper dudes and two of these grippy things. All right, so turn around on its backside. Push these in like that. Right, like that. And then this guy, though, that's interesting. He wants to go like this, according to that imagery. No, yeah, like facing that direction, and that little hole there. Oh, that's what it says to build. All right, turn around again. Take a roof tile and make it kind of go that way. And another one of these guys, stack it there. That shape, right? Perfecto. Looks good so far. All right, two of the wrench dudes. Got them right here. Two wrenchy these. And they're going to go that way. Wrench one. Wrench two. That shape right there. Looks really good. All right, oh, now we got to attach it. I thought this stuff would come off, these pieces would separate into two parts, but I don't think, now I'm looking at it, they obviously don't. Which is fine. Okay, so with this way, I gotta make sure I'm at the orientation, because it's gonna go this way somehow. It sticks on there pretty good, right? Oh no, it's not on the side. Here we go. Clicks on all good. Looks good. It's all aligned and stuff like that. Is it on the right size? It's definitely on the right size. Okay, it's on the right, correct side. I mean, the far side from pacing. There's definitely an orientation, and you got to be careful. All right, so for the side, we'll build a little. We're going to build a sub-assembly here. Okay, start with this guy. And this guy. Gonna go there. And we have a bunch of these pieces. Are gonna go 1, 2. 4 of them. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. 5, 6. And then we have 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they're gonna go right, sort of like they did before. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, nobody's trying to talk to me or anything, are they? No, that's good. Nobody really chats during the Lego stuff, which is fine. I wouldn't. All right, let's see. We're building. Okay, we're on step 220. Step 221. We need 2 of these. We're somewhere on the other side there. This piece goes like that. 2 more of these are going to go horizontally. Like that. And one like this. To make it that shape. Looks good. All right, now we're going to need all 8 of these. It's all right there. And they're going to go on the bottom of this thing. Kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Shape in 222. That is the correct shape. Looks very good. I'm going to go past quality assurance there. All right, so take a roof tile and place him looking like this direction. And this guy goes there. Okay. And then we got 2 more little wrenches to ram in there. Do not speak grippers. Wrench number 1. wrench number 2. Also, these wrenches go a little further. Maybe not. We'll see. Make sure these are horizontal. Okay, so where's this going? This is going to go on the front. Right, that's this piece here. So I believe this piece wants to go roughly here. Nice. Is it in there? No. Almost. Not quite. There we go. Much better. Well, it's now aligned. It's nice and flat. And tight. It's supposed to be very nice. Okay, a little bit more. I think we're quite done with that box, so this bag. Or not. Okay, it's going to be one of these. One of, I believe, okay, I think it's this guy here. Yeah, one of that and one of that. So this guy goes on the bottom of this guy here. And then this fellow here goes on the top to make that kind of sandwich. And then we have this guy here goes in like that. And we have the 4-way piece goes on top there, like that. And then we have 4 of these little rubber dudes. Okay, they're going to go on sideways, right? No. 2 of them are sideways. That's weird. Okay, we'll just do it like the picture. So this one's sideways. I don't think it matters that much. And then these are vertical. I don't know if it matters. But I'm going to do it like the picture. It might matter. You know, that's the way it shows it looking. Okay. And then these guys, there's 2 of these. Oh, yeah, these grip like that. And like that. To make that shape. Good so far. Okay, now we need this fellow here goes on top. And that fellow goes on top of that. Let's make whatever the heck that's supposed to look like, but it is what it looks like. Oh, this is some interesting something or other. It's a part of the internal optical system there. You see how it's a receiver. There's it like comes in and bounces back, and that's where the cameras are effectively, I think. All right, well, let me take a break. I'm probably going to stop right now. I have a feeling. I just feel like doing one bag. I want to spread this out to 2 more sessions anyway. And, it's Friday. It's a pretty quiet day. Excuse me here. So, yeah, I think I'm just going to do the one bag today. Hold on a second here. Base cam only. It's 2.5 hours. It's, it's long enough. Got a couple extra things here. I had a good time, but I want to get on, relax, get back to work, check some email, that kind of thing. Nothing major. Looks like happened on the emails. But in general, I had a great time. I always like to keep more. I don't like to, exhaust myself. I like to keep some fuel in the tank for the next stream, which is tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Where's my Diet Coke? Still up here. My time, 11:30 a.m. I don't know what time it is your time. Doesn't matter. It could be in 23 other time zones in the world that I'm not in. But in general, yeah. So we'll do some more tomorrow. Tomorrow will be more Lego building. We'll do at least one bag. Maybe, I might stretch it out. I have, there's no reason to, there's no schedule. There's no deadline. Could do it in my own rate. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna end the stream, but I had a great time, and I'm gonna do the whole thing again tomorrow. So I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long. Bye, everyone.